What are you looking at? You're looking at Cousin Oliver? No? Oh yeah, you're looking at Cousin Oliver. Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals. It is about 10 a.m. and Boo's having his second plate of food, so he had some of the smooth chicken, homemade raw food that I made the other day, and he ate it all. So I just gave him some of the regular food. This is the food that has bones in it. It also has chunky meat in it, so we'll see how he does on it. Last night, he probably only took about half of the gabapentin. He didn't eat like the entire churu that I put it in. Then I mixed his food into it. He only ate like half of the food. And I don't know if someone else finished it or what, but he definitely did not get the full dose. And yesterday I opened the door to the room so he could go anywhere he wanted last night. None of the lucky 7 were upstairs. I made sure they were downstairs because I didn't want any issues with him. And I woke up in the middle of the night and Boo was like laying next to me on the bed. And then this morning I woke up and he was still laying on the bed. So it ends up that at some point he jumped onto my bed and was sleeping there the majority of the night, which is fine. Boo could do whatever he wants. And then this morning I gave him a churu, but he only ate half of it. And I felt like his mouth was bothering him. So he still has some healing to do. It's been, it's only been a week since he had his dental procedure. So I know like when I had my wisdom tooth extracted, it definitely took more than a week to really feel like it was healing. So I am going to continue giving him the gabapentin tonight, see how he does with it, because on like a half dose from yesterday, I definitely noticed a difference. Like he wasn't as comfortable as he has been with regards to his mouth. So that is today's update. It's fine if he doesn't want to eat that. That's just like some extra food because he ate all of his food. Good job, Boo. So today is day 8. I just changed it to 8. What's really weird about these, like, is obviously they're cubes, so they only have 6 sides. So each cube does not go from like 0 to 9. So I'm having to kind of combine them differently, but this is 8. I don't even know if there's a 9 on here. Yeah, I guess the 6 can be reversed as a 9, so that would work. Today is day 8. You're doing very good, Boo. You're doing very good, Boo. Okay, good, good. You're gonna hang out in here today, right? I'll put his music back on so he can relax with the music. I actually have to be out of here this morning. I have to run to my office, but I'll be back. I shouldn't be there for very long. Okay, Boo? Here's little Eva. She's laying at the bottom of the steps. So all of the cats just got their breakfast, and I've decided that I'm cutting down their portions. So with the homemade raw food, they've been getting about 2.5 to 3 ounces of food per meal. I've decided I'm going to cut that back to about 2 ounces, which is what they all got today, and nobody else seems to be like super hungry because they only got 2 ounces. And then they'll get 2 ounces for dinner, and then since they're used to having a snack at night, whatever's left over from breakfast and dinner, that's what they're going to get as their snack. So it'll be, let's say they get 2 ounces for breakfast instead of the normal 2.5 or 3. That means there's a half to 1 ounce left over per cat. And the same thing would be for dinner. So that way, whatever's left over, they can have that as a snack later in the night. Now, obviously, they'll also get a little tiny bit of crunchies, maybe, as a treat, or churros or squeeze-ups or a meaty stick. They'll still get some treats and they'll still get some variety, but I don't see any reason why I should not cut down on their portions because I don't want to waste food. And if food's just sitting on the plates, there's no reason for that. So I want to make sure that they're good and hungry for their meals and that they eat what they're served. And there's Cousin Oliver. He's outside eating his food. He got some leftovers from yesterday's dinner, and I warmed him up with some warm water. I gave him a tablespoon of crunchies because he lives outside and he has additional caloric requirements, especially now since the nights are getting colder, and he's happily eating his food. It's almost 2 p.m. Look at these 2 lovebirds over here. They love laying on this blanket together. Don't they look comfortable? That's Nancy and Richard. It's 2:30 p.m. Let's check on Boo. There's Boo. He's laying on the day sofa. He's listening to his music. He's very happy and very relaxed. Hello, Boo. It is 8:48 a.m. and this is a bunch of bread that I put outside yesterday evening. I was kind of cleaning out my refrigerator a little bit, and this was starting to go stale, and I was like, let me just cut into pieces, put it outside. Some of the animals will eat it. This just goes to show you how much the wildlife population in my yard has changed since the neighbors have cleaned up their yards, because this would have never lasted through the night a few years ago. The raccoons would have eaten this, possums potentially. This totally would have been gone, especially near a water bowl, because we know how much raccoons love to dip their food in water. Like, that would be a mess from the raccoons, and I think it's pretty safe to say that I have many fewer raccoons in my yard now than I did just a few years ago. And look who this is. Hello, Cousin Oliver. How are you? I think he was hanging out on a patio chair when I came outside. So last night was pretty warm. It was only about 65 degrees. One of the things I would like to do this weekend is to clean out these feral cat shelters and put new straw in them and get them ready for the colder weather. That way, if he wants to use one of them, he can. So hopefully I'll have time to do that. I'm using a new camera. I purchased this on Prime Day. It was on sale and it was a good deal, and I haven't used it yet. It's just an upgraded model of the camera that I have been using. But this has a wider lens, so it'll be better, because so many times I'm using the camera and I'm like, I wish it had a wider lens, but this one does. I have to figure out the zoom on this one and how to properly set it and the rest of the features. So that is what's going on now. This is the first time I'm using this camera. So far I like it, but it does seem to have more features than the last camera, and I need to kind of learn how to use those. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Sammy. You see Cousin Oliver outside? What are you looking at? You looking at Cousin Oliver? No? Oh yeah, you're looking at Cousin Oliver. There's Cousin Oliver. He's waiting for breakfast. I'll give him some breakfast. This is some leftover homemade raw food from yesterday. And that's what he's getting for breakfast today. It's 9 a.m. and here's Boo. He's eating his breakfast. He's having some of the smooth beef. I believe this is the last portion that I had, so maybe I'll make him some more. But he did eat some of the regular food that the other cats ate last night, and he was fine. I still have not given him any crunchies or anything hard like that. So he was given free roam last night, and he ended up sleeping on my bed. The problem was he woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why, it's always 4 o'clock in the morning, always like the same time. And he was itching and itching and itching. And I was like, does he have a flea? So I grabbed the flea comb and I combed him, and he has no fleas. So Revolution, which is what he had, that's the topical flea medicine that he had, that works great. He only had one flea like the day after I put that on him. And since then, he has had no fleas at all. Now, of course, he's been isolated by himself for the majority of that time, which helps. But even when I let him out, mingling with the other cats in the other part of the house, he hasn't had any fleas. However, I do have to also say that even the other cats have had very few fleas. Like, I only might get like 1 or 2 fleas off of like Simba or Stella or Splash when I comb them. But Boo has had absolutely nothing. The Lucky 7 have been pretty good recently also. They've had very few fleas. I do occasionally find some fleas on them. And hopefully we're coming to the end of flea season. So last year at this time was when I came back from a weekend trip and discovered like fleas everywhere. So where we are now compared to where we were last year is a lot better, because this year I was on the lookout for them. I was prepared for them. I knew what to do to minimize them. Last year I was not prepared for them, and I was not on the lookout for them. None of the cats had ever had any kind of flea issues before, and it was the first time we were really dealing with that. So this year is a lot better. Also, this year we did not have a tropical summer. Like last year we had the most wet and humid summer I've ever experienced. So the fact that our summer has just been more normal for us this year, like a lot drier and a lot more sunshine, less rain, I think that's been a great help also. This is an item that I picked up at Home Goods yesterday. It's called Yummers Pet Supply Company Skin and Coat Daily Zinc and Omega-3 Fatty Acid Supplement. And it looked like it would be a good meal topper for the cats. It's basically a bunch of freeze-dried beef. The ingredients are beef with ground bone, beef heart, beef liver, beef bone broth, beef tripe, salt, marine microalgae oil, which is the source of omega-3 fatty acids, biotin, zinc, amino acid complex, zinc methionine complex, manganese amino acid complex. And they give you feeding guidelines, but I'm just going to use this as a meal topper. I put it on their dinner yesterday. They seemed to enjoy it, and I put it on their breakfast today. It's about 7 p.m., and I was just putting food out for Cousin Oliver, and I saw this cat. This might be Bob. I don't know. I haven't seen Bob in a long time, but it might not be Bob. I don't know. It could be Bob. So whoever this is eating the food that I put out for Cousin Oliver. I don't need a whole bunch of cats in my yard. I was putting food out for Cousin Oliver so he doesn't kill birds and squirrels in my yard, and he hasn't since I've been feeding him. And now look at this. So this one does have a tipped ear, so it could be Bob. But I don't need to be feeding like a whole bunch of cats in the yard. They should stay down at the other end of the block where the other neighbors are feeding the cats. That's what they should be doing. It is almost midnight, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. Nancy just went downstairs. And I wanted to document the fact that Boo, he had a few crunchies tonight. He didn't have a lot of crunchies. He had, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon, maybe half of a teaspoon, like not many at all. And he ate them. He just swallowed them whole. Like I did not even hear any crunching. No crunching of the crunchies. Pretty much just swallowed them. So tonight for dinner, the cats had Friskies, and they had a poultry, I think it's poultry platter. They haven't had that in like a very, very long time. And so I figured it'll be like a special meal for them. And Stella also had some of the wellness chicken pate, because that's what I was putting outside for Cousin Oliver. And so Stella wanted to taste it. She ended up eating quite a bit of that. So that was her dinner. And then the Lucky Seven, they each got a spoonful of crunchies as a snack. And then they also got some canned food as a snack. And everyone up here, the OG4, they basically just got the Friskies. And they also got, there's a little bit of freeze-dried chicken on a few of them. And actually they did get crunchies. So Stella, Splash, Simba, and Nancy all got a spoon of crunchies. They got like a tablespoon of crunchies. And Boo was in his room at that time, so he didn't get it. But then when he came out of his room, then I said, let me give him just a little bit of crunchies to see what's going to happen. And he ate those, but I don't want to like go overboard. He did take his medicine, and I had to give it to him in a chewy and then mix in some of the Friskies, and then he ate it. So The cats are happy. So one of the things I did today was I went to a local supermarket and I bought around 3 pounds of beef and I don't know, 2 or 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So tomorrow for breakfast, I'm either going to make chunky beef for the cats or chunky chicken. And that's what I'll do tomorrow. I'll cut up the rest of it and portion it out and then put that in the freezer. So they'll have, I don't know, anywhere between 4 and 6 meals of chunky raw food. Right, Boo? Boo's very happy. He's purring. Okay, Boo, I gotta get ready for bed, okay? I would really like to get myself on an earlier schedule again. Like this morning, I didn't get up too early, but I left the house at like 9:30 because I needed to get a few errands done. And it was so nice to be able to do that like first thing in the morning because there's no traffic, there's no crowds anywhere. It's just so much more efficient to be able to do stuff like that early in the morning, like as soon as stores open or the post office opens or anything like that versus going later in the day. So I would really like to, wake up earlier, and even if it requires going to bed earlier. But that's my problem because I always get like a burst of energy at night and then it keeps me up. And then in the morning, I'm like, no, I need a decent amount of sleep. So then I want to sleep until like a later hour. When I say later hour, I mean until like 7, between 7 and 8 a.m. That's when I've been getting up recently. But I would like to be able to get up earlier than that. I'd like to be able to get up like around 6 a.m. I think that would be a good wake up time. I don't know. I'd have to figure out how to adjust the schedule. Right, Boo? But that would mean I would need to get like everything else done earlier, like get the cats fed earlier, get the house cleaned up earlier, get all the litter and water bowls taken care of earlier. So we'll see how that goes. And I know I say that a lot, I just never get to do it. Today is day 10 of Boo's recovery from his dental procedure. And there's Boo right now. So he is eating chunky beef. This is the first time that he's getting a chunky meal since he had his procedure. He was on completely smooth food for a week. And then over the past few days, I've been testing him out with some of the regular homemade raw food that I make for the cats. And a little bit of crunchies. He had a little bit of crunchies about 4 o'clock in the morning because all the cats woke me up. And if I want to get back to sleep, I have to give them a little bit of crunchies. That's how they bribe me. So today I cut up some beef and then I added some organ meat and some ground up chicken necks and supplements, and that's what the cats are having for their breakfast. We'll see if Boo's going to eat it. He's been eating it fine. He does have the majority of his chewing teeth. He just, he's missing many of his front teeth. You okay, Boo? So he ate some of it. Maybe he's going to take a break from it and come back to it. You feeling okay? I am going to also give him some canned food. I'll give him some pate. So he could eat that in case this chunky food is just too much too soon. It's about 9:30. And look at this. Boo's eating crunchies with everyone else. I gave him a little bit less than Stella, Splash, and Simba got. They all got a tablespoon. He probably got a little more than half a tablespoon. But this is his first day back to having crunchies with everyone. He's doing pretty good. I've actually heard him crunching on them. And I gave him some of the smooth homemade raw food that I made for him, but he didn't want it. He wanted to eat the chunky food that everyone else got, so he just went back into his room. Maybe he's done. I mean, he ate a good amount of crunchies, so, you know, maybe that's fine for him right now. You know, he's still recovering, so I thought it would be a nice treat for him. It's about 11 a.m. and I'm working on my computer at my dining room table, and all of a sudden Richard comes up to me and he's meowing at me and meowing at me. I'm like, what's going on, Richard? You want some pets? So I give him some pets. And then I said, I wonder if he's trying to tell me something. So I just walked in here and found this. Do you see what's going on here? So this is the palm tree cat scratcher. Do you see this? It's like a stretchy cord. This used to have a spider on the end of it, but now it's broken. And this is the spider. So it appears that Sammy and Ziggy set the spider free. And I think this is what Richard was trying to tell me. I'm very disappointed in you guys because now you can't play with it. You broke it, so you can't play with it anymore. Now I gotta fix this again. Right, Sammy? Who did this? Sammy did it. I just reattached the spider by knotting the string where they broke it, and Sammy is now trying to bury it in the litter box. Come on, Sammy, give me the spider. Give me the spider. Come on. She thinks it's real. Here's Ringo. He's relaxing in a cat tower. All the cats are taking their afternoon nap right now. A few of them are walking around. Here's Nancy and Richard. It's about 11:30 a.m. I just looked outside and I saw this. I don't know what's going on, but there's like a ton of these black birds in the yard. Look at them. I've never seen so many birds on the bird bath at once. They're all over the yard right now. They're just like all over. What is going on? Nancy's in the cat tower. Look at this. Look at all of them. They're eating something. I did not put any birdseed down. The landscapers were here this morning, so I don't know if the landscapers put something down. I don't know if they put grass seed down. But these guys are eating something. And look at them, they're having a ball. That's a fountain floating around in the middle of the bird bath. Simba just jumped on the cat tower next to Nancy. Oh my God. Look at all these birds. And there are a few different types of birds also. They're not all the same. They're like having a party. These birds are actually taking baths. Look at that. Usually they just stop here and have a drink. These guys are taking baths. Simba's growling. Relax, Simba. Just relax. All the cats want to watch the birds. A bunch of the lucky seven are watching from the living room windows. But they're all eating. Like, see them over there near the sidewalk? They're all eating something. You would think these guys have not seen water in a long time. There's plenty of water around here. Oh, they all went. Oh, they all flew up to the wire. So there's like a creek or a brook in the woods across the street, so they have plenty of water around here.
Splish, splish, splash, splash, take it up, bath, bath, oh my word, there's so many birds. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake, a bath to take, oh my word, there's so many birds. Where did they come from? I don't know. Where are they going? I can't tell. But they're here right now, yeah, they've come to town where they're taking a bath and they're jumping around. Splish, splish, splash, splash, taking a bath, bath, oh my word, there's so many birds. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake, a bath to take, oh my word, there's so many birds. Where did they come from? I don't know. Where are they going? I can't tell. But they're here right now, yeah, they've come to town where they're taking a bath and they're jumping around. Splish, splish, splash, splash, taking a bath, bath, oh my word, there's so many birds. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake, a bath to take, oh my word, there's so many birds. Where did they come from? I don't know. Where are they going? I can't tell. But they're here right now, yeah, they've come to town where they're taking a bath and they're jumping around. Splish, splish, splash, splash, taking a bath, bath, oh my word, there's so many birds. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake, a bath to take, oh my word, there's so many birds. Splish, splish, splash, splash, taking a bath, bath, oh my word, there's so many birds. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake, a bath to take, oh my word, there's so many birds. Splish, splish, splash, splash, taking a bath, bath, oh my word, there's so many birds. Shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake, a bath to take, oh my word, there's so many birds.
Look at what's going on here. So that's Nancy on the left and Simba on the right. I did separate them a little bit. But Simba jumped up and Nancy was already on the cat tower, so that's good. And this is the living room audience. That's Richard, Ringo, and Ziggy. Sammy's walking around. Yeah, that's Sammy. So it must not be something that the landscapers put down because all the birds are across the street also. So it must be something just naturally in the grass right now. Meanwhile, I've been putting food out for Cousin Oliver. I give him breakfast and dinner, and I haven't seen him for a few days, so I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's hanging out somewhere else now, if he found another house that's feeding him better food that he likes better, or since the nights are getting a little bit colder, maybe he found a warmer place to stay, and maybe he's hanging out around there. So I just wanted to document that. It is 1:11 p.m. and I'm working on my computer, and I just happened to look out the window and my neighbor's cat was running out of the woods with something in its mouth. And I jumped up really fast and I looked out the front door. I don't know what was in its mouth. Maybe it was a chipmunk because it was larger than a mouse, unless it was a rat. I don't know. I don't know where it went with it, but it was very happy and it was just running across the street and running across my yard. And all the cats were looking at it like, what is that? Here's the audience of 4. That's Ringo, Goldie, Richard, and Sammy, and they all want to know what the cat had in its mouth. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.